Hi guys, welcome to our channel. Can we redo that? Hi guys.
Do we sound crazy and creepy for all three of us?
Okay.
Hi guys at the same time.
Hi guys.
It's Diana.
It's Joey. And Ashley.
And we're back with another mukbang.
Yay!
Okay, but actually first, before we eat, we're gonna play a little game. We're going to take a shot of this and try not to make a face.
And if we do, then that person has to take another shot.
Whoever is the first one to make a face, they have to take another shot. And that includes laughing. Like, you can't laugh.
Okay.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. And if anyone knows, this is disgusting. Like, this is the worst thing I've ever tasted in my life.
It is, I think, 47% alcohol. Yeah. 47%. So.
Okay.
Okay, tell me four.
I feel sick.
Ooh.
I'm not drinking that beer.
You're pouring that much?
No.
Okay.
Cheers.
Yo, bro. So, okay. Okay.
I can't stop laughing already. Okay.
My nose burns.
She left.
Oh God. That hurts my throat.
Are we done? Are we done? We're done.
Today we're eating Popeyes.
My favorite chicken place in the whole entire world. I
Okay.
love Popeyes.
I have just a regular chicken sandwich here. Got some fries.
I got shrimp.
Popcorn shrimp.
But it's good. They have really good shrimp, so.
And I got the typical fried chicken with a biscuit and some fries.
Is it spicy or mild?
Spicy. And I'll be eating my chicken with the spicy sauce. Because I hate other sauces.
Yeah, that's like the only sauce you can
Ketchup.
pretty much.
Ketchup is like my worst enemy.
Is it even if something touches ketchup a little bit, you refuse to eat
No,
it?
like if there's like a little bit of ranch or anything on my chicken, like my boyfriend would have to eat it for me because I would throw a fit. Like, this is touching it, I can't eat it. It's so gross.
I just remember last week when he was eating the fish, I think with sauce, he was like, I'm trying so hard not to touch the sauce.
And I think I tasted a little bit. And you just told me, drink water, drink water.
God.
I was so dramatic. I just hate because I know when I taste it, and
Yeah.
it's just so sickening in my mouth. Ugh, dead eye.
So today, our topic is growing up in an Asian household.
Yeah. And even though, let's see, we're all Vietnamese, but we all kind of grew up differently because our parents, you know, everyone's different. So, like, how were your parents?
They were like pretty laid back because I'm the only girl with a bunch of brothers. And so like, I mean, they were all really protective over me and everything like that. And the only thing was just curfew was the biggest thing. But like, I felt like I got it pretty easy. Like they were really like, I don't know, not super strict. Like I wasn't like forced to like, I wasn't sheltered or anything like that, you know? Yeah, so like I got to have the freedom I wanted to have as long I was following the rules and like telling them where I'm at and just that's it. Just curfew. I think I only got in trouble for like coming late. That's it.
Okay, and Ashley, how did you grow up?
My parents were strict, but I wouldn't say they were like really, really bad. I mean, yeah, I had a lot of rules in my house, but I was still able to do a lot of things, but it was more like I would have to ask them. And you know, when you ask your parents, it's like, and they ask you like, why do you need to go do this? Why do you need to go? Or like, what's so important about it? You know, stuff like that. So it was always like having to ask them. But other than that, it wasn't that bad. I mean, I wasn't really sheltered either. I was still able to do some things. I mean, most of it was more like, I guess my parents let me do more of like church things.
Yeah.
Like with my church friends. They were more questioning me about when I wanted to do other things with my friends from school that weren't like my church friends, because they don't really know them, and they would always question that more. And I can see why they did, because they didn't really know the parents or them or anything like that. But I always was like, it wasn't kind of fair to me because I wasn't able to hang out with those people, you know? So that was one thing growing up about that. But other than that, it's pretty good.
Isn't that the worst thing? Asking permission.
Yeah.
Yes,
To go
asking.
anywhere. Like we would have to like wait for the perfect moment to ask them, can we go to the movies?
Or
like,
asking like when you didn't have a job yet, or asking them about
Like, can
money?
you drive me too, please? And,
Yes.
and pick me up. when
and
you
give
don't
me
wanna
money
go.
to spend. That's the worst thing. I hated that.
Oh my gosh.
Alright, what about you, Julie?
I grew up in a stricter household. Like, my parents were a lot more like, they didn't like me going out. And I think the whole time I was in the elementary school, I only went to like one birthday party. But like when I started going into junior high and high school, like they let me out a lot more. But yeah, it was with mostly like you guys, like church friends.
Yeah, I think I've
And
only
church
been to
activities.
one birthday party that was a school friend. That wasn't like you guys or anything like that. That was
Not
the
me.
only time. And I wasn't even allowed to
Really?
sleep over.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
That's the one, yeah.
I was
Not
never allowed to
sleepover.
sleep over. I was only
No.
allowed to sleep over at like my cousin's house.
Not even my cousin's house sometimes.
Really?
My dad was really strict
Oh my
on me about
gosh.
that. Only because he wants me at home a certain time, you know?
Yeah.
And if, like, one time I was already over there and my uncle had to drive me all the way home because my dad was throwing a fit and
my
wanted me
God.
home. Yes.
And yes, I did take piano when I was little. I was forced to do that.
Nope, not me.
Yep, same. Every single Monday, but at least we would go to Sonic after every lesson and get a foot-long coney. So that was the only good thing about Mondays. Okay, so how do your parents act now compared to how they acted back then? Like, are they more easy on you or more strict or the same? Like, what is it like now?
I think I got it too easy. Like, it's just my mom now, right? So
Yeah.
it's like, it's just, as long as I tell her where I'm at, even if she don't like it, like, she knows, like, we go out all the time, you know? And I always tell her where we're at. She doesn't like it, but as long as she knows, she don't care. Besides that, like, she let me do whatever I want. She's not strict at all, honestly.
Do you have a curfew?
No.
No.
No, I'm grown. I'm grown, guys. Fuck the curfew.
I guess for me, it was like I did still have a curfew kind of thing, or like it was more like it wasn't put out there. I would just come home a time that I would think was
kinda
reasonable.
get on
Yeah,
to
they
you,
kind of
right?
a little
I was
bit.
late.
And then it got better, because I mean I would tell them where I was. You know, I would text them, be like, "Hey, I'm here. I'm gonna do this." And they'd be like, "Okay." Sometimes when I get home, my dad's like, "Why are you going out so much?" But really, I'm not really going out that much. But to them, it feels like you're gone every other day.
If you leave the house at all, that's cool.
Yes, exactly. But well, now since it's just my dad, of course, a lot has changed. A lot after that. Like now that it's just my dad, he's more like he doesn't really care. Honestly, he sometimes be like, "You go out too much," but that's about it. He never says anything else, and I feel like he just says that. He's said that since like high school, middle school,
Yeah.
so it's typical.
Yeah.
But other than that, he doesn't really say anything else, and he doesn't seem to like care as much. Like he knows I'm older now, and like it's okay to do things. Of course, I still live at home with him and stuff, but other than that, it's like, you know, I help out, clean the house, do all that before I leave anywhere, you know, in general.
Yeah, at least you get your chores done. You know?
Yeah, and it's just, I don't know. That's the only thing that's different. Like, he's not strict with me. And he's more lenient towards a lot of things between me and my brother, so that's one thing that's changed. Like, I don't really need to ask him.
So how was it growing up? Because it's just me and two sisters. They have brothers, so what's it like growing up, like, compared, you know?
Torture.
Yeah.
It's literally pure torture because I have 5 brothers, right? 4 of them were older than me. And literally, my whole childhood, I watched them throw parties at my house. I saw them bring girls over. They go out all the time. Like, my brother, who's only a couple years older than me, by the age of, like, 16, 17, he was hanging out and going out, like, doing older things, you know? But as soon as I was 16, 17, oh no, you're a girl, you gotta stay home. And like, especially if like they have friends over and stuff, dude, my mom will bundle me up in clothes. And like, she was just so big
like
on that.
the old-fashioned, strict Asian way. Like, boys can do whatever they want, but girls, like, you have to.
Yeah,
cover
I
up,
remember
be
that.
respectful.
I remember when I finally said something about that because my brother's only a year younger than me.
Yeah,
And
he's
one
younger
time,
than you.
yeah.
He goes out more than you.
Yeah, and then one time, it was like years ago, and then one time I was like, you know, pulled that. I was like, it's kind of unfair that, you know, he gets to do all these things, and then she used a you're a girl card on me, and I was like,
wow.
okay, awesome. Like, when I started dating my boyfriend, and I got to know his parents, and he said, yeah, my parents don't care where we go, and they trust us enough. We can come home at like 4 in the morning. I was like, well, if I came home at 4 in the morning, my parents would have killed me.
Oh.
And it was just like stuff like that. I was just like, it kind of like, it was like a shock. Like, not a big shock, but it's like, you're like, damn, you know, like,
It's a culture shock.
Yeah, it's like I wasn't able to do things like that. Like, I had to be home by like 10 or 11, and then it went up to midnight. And then there was this one time I came home at like 1. I got in so much trouble for it. But then it got better, and then I never had a curfew. But it was just like stuff like that. Like, he was able to go out and do things, and it would be okay. And he was able to sleep over, and they wouldn't care what he was doing. Like, they trust him enough, and his siblings and stuff. And I was just like, yeah, I would have gotten in so much trouble if I did any of that.
No, it's the same thing with my boyfriend. He never really had a curfew. And he says sometimes he'll stay out all night, and his mom literally won't say anything.
They don't care.
Yeah, they don't care. What about when it comes to dating? Well, how do they react when you started having boyfriends? Like, do they know about your boyfriends, like, from when you're younger?
No.
No.
No?
I've only dated, besides my boyfriend now, only dated a couple guys before, and I was already like 18 and stuff like that, and until I got my first boyfriend. And my mom had no idea. No one knew about him, and because my dad was still around, and I'm the only girl. I'm his baby, so like I was so scared to say anything. But like when it was just my mom, and then I had a boyfriend, like, and I introduced, like, he was around and stuff, she didn't care. But that's my mom, though. You know, my mom just wants somebody to like be there for me. You know, like, cause like especially when he was around, it was a really crucial time for me. And like, so she really appreciated that and stuff like that. And she really loves my relationship now, and she's super supportive. But like, besides that, like, no, I'm so glad I never had to introduce the guy to my dad. I think that's the most terrifying thing in the world. Yeah. Introducing a guy to your dad. As a girl, right? Like, I cannot.
I feel like a lot of dads are like that. Like, you're my baby girl. Like,
yeah.
You don't need no man.
No, because they want to take care of you. You know, you don't need anybody else. But like, because he would used to say, like, you know, you're not getting married until like you're like 30. I'm like, no. Yeah.
I think it was, I guess, my current or fiance. I need to get used to saying
fiance.
I always say boyfriend. Well, my fiance now, he's probably the first official person ever to have like I introduced to my parents. Like I didn't really date a lot of people before him. Probably like, I wouldn't consider anyone from like middle school or elementary like that. Like I guess like my last, I would say sort of serious was high school, and that was about it. But I mean, of course, my parents are always like, okay, they didn't seem like they were happy about us dating, like it was fine, but they never really questioned me or anything about it. They would never like ask a lot of questions. They just knew, and that was it.
Okay, but since you're Vietnamese and your fiance is not, like, was that a huge struggle for you? Bringing in somebody that's not like your race.
At first, it was. It really was, because they're like, you don't want to date someone in your culture, you know, like you could find someone else. You know, it would be easier and stuff like that. And it was hard at first because they weren't as accepting. But they, of course, my parents are still respectful and they're still nice. And it kind of sucked for him because, like, his parents were really welcoming to me. But because his parents are more modern than my parents were, because they're very old-fashioned. And it's like the old-fashioned where, like, oh, since you're Vit, you gotta marry a Vit person. And it's like stuff like that. But as it gotten by and stuff, I guess, like, they realize, you know, this is a serious relationship. We're like, I'm serious about him and he's serious about me, and then they got more accepting about it. But at first it was hard, like the first 2 years into our relationship, it was hard. But it got better, and it was just like that. It's like, it's more like they knew that he was going to be around, so then, you know, might as well try it out and see how it goes. But
it's like all time. It takes time.
It takes time, and I mean, like, it right away, it didn't click yet, and then it did. So it got better. But, yeah.
What about you for dating? Miss, you was sheltered. Your parents are just, they scare the crap out of me.
Okay, so this guy that I dated, I first started dating him in junior high, and my parents were very, very, like, they knew about it, even though I tried to lie and say, we're not dating, we're just friends. But, like, what was it? We would call each other all the time, and he would always call, like, on private, but, you know, my parents, like, of course they're gonna figure out that it's him. So, like, they wouldn't let me on the phone or whatever. Like, they didn't like him at all. And then I started officially dating him again in high school for, like, 4 years. And he was never allowed around my dad. Like, one time I asked him over for Thanksgiving, and my mom said yes, but wait until your dad goes to work. Like, it was, like, he was not allowed around my dad at all. And then now this relationship, they're more accepting. Like, he comes over for the holidays and stuff. But, like, she doesn't like the fact that he's Buddhist. She doesn't like the fact that his parents are divorced. And she doesn't like the fact that he's younger than me. Because men are supposed to be older than you so they can take care of you and spoil you.
That's another thing. Since we're all three, we were raised in a Catholic home. So for us, about religion, that was a very big thing in our house.
The only good thing she likes is that he's Vietnamese. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess religion is a big thing for our families, and race. Because, was it my sister, my older sister, she's engaged to a Cambodian guy, and my parents, they approve of it, but at the same time, my mom, she's kind of like, I wish she found a Vietnamese guy.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you know, it's all, like, was it East Asian? Yeah, like,
it shouldn't even matter, but it does, and there's nothing you could do about it. But eventually, like, your parents get it. They have no choice but to get it, honestly.
Yeah, like you said, like, it takes time for them to get used to it.
I think what helps is that we're at a time where interracial marriage and interracial couples are a big thing now. So I think that kind of helps. Like, they, you know, they see it more. Because back then, of course, you never really see it. So it's like that.
Okay. Has your parents ever gave y'all the sex talk?
No. No.
Mine either. But, like, my mom, she did it in a subtle way. You know, she was like, you know, if you come home and your belly's big, then you out. That's it. She didn't even, like, say anything else. She was like, if your belly's big, you out. That's it. That's her version of the sex talk. But I feel like Asian families, like, they don't really like to get into it, right?
No.
What else can
Last bite. Well, that's pretty much it for today's video. Next week we'll be back with more content. Okay.
Yes.
Bye. That's it.
Yay!
Yay!